Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous, where we left off last time. We had just finished Polaris Fall, and saved some Stargazers, and got some research stuff for it. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just going to quickly do a glance at our just insane amount of random troops we have lying around. I honestly don't know what to do about this horrific mess of soldiers. I think it's supposed to join up with this army, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna grab this army, move it all the way down here. Once it's done, check our other forces and what they're doing. This army's also moving down to where? To here-ish? Good. Alright, this army is full of things we're never going to use, so it's going to go join the reservist force. One of them. Or maybe make a new reservist force, because I think these other ones are full. 3, 3, 3. So it's now a new reservist force of its own. We'll make it... Oops, what am I doing? Oh, right, I can just go bloop. Let's call it reserve. It's 4. Let's go with the weird font. Reserves 3. Okay. Because we got special reserves 1 and 2, and now we've got reserves 1, 2, and 3. Just put it here. Alright, what else do we have now? Okay, we need to move these Hell Knights. Nope, wrong one. These Hell Knights over to this army, which I think we can actually reach. Move to here, and then just go over. Should be able to join up, I think. Good, good. Another 10 Hell Knights to join this little force. I wish we could get more Signifiers. They are very powerful. Alright, and then we have our main army, which is doing things. It needs more troops to do stuff. And we're going to go off and do what? Spinner of Nightmares. Let's go do that. We're not too far away. Get that all done. Eventually we'll have to do Nenio's quest, which I'm actually really looking forward to, because it's actually one of my favorite quest lines in the game. Oh, there is this army up there doing things. It's here. Where's our army? There. Is this army capable of beating that army? Maybe? We got spells. It should be fine, right? You just banish an army. I don't know if that actually did anything. Demon and elemental units. Did it even have any demon? No, it didn't. It had just soldiers. I wasted that. Oh well, that's fine. It was worth a try. I'm going to give reinforcements to this army. What other things do we have? We could smack around an enemy army with some lightning. Can we go in there now? I mean, we got some extra soldiers. Let's save. We might be able to take this fort. I'm gonna try. I might not be able to take that fort because I might have gone the wrong way. Alright, what's this army gonna give us if we kill it? Voice of the Cursed Bard. It looks pretty easy. Let's go try it out. They're all grouped up nicely for a Firestorm. It's always a good start. Let's see what we can kill. Almost the entire army. Okay, Nelfschnees are left. We can definitely get into range of it with most of our troops. And it summoned some rocks? Some rocks. We only need to kill the Nelchnees though, so... I don't know why I'm bothering to kill the rocks. If I hit them for... We get to go before them, right? Yeah. We could kill most of them. And we did kill all of them. Fight's over. Not a single casualty. Took a level 11 army down. We got Voice of the Cursed Bard, which actually might be a relic, I think. Let's find out. Strengthening diplomatic connections is done. Stage play is up. They want to show us their play. They're awaiting us at the town for that. It is not a relic. Northern Lights. Stargazers of Polaris Shrine have shared their knowledge with the commander for many years. They've been creating an artifact that could weaken the connection between the Threshold and the Abyss by shining Polaris Northern Lights down on the fortress. The project requires just a little more work before we put into action. We're already doing the logistics thing though, so we can't do that one. That being said, it's pretty cool. We're doing the Bastion Outpost thing. Alright, let's see if we can do another fight with our Alpha Force army. It's pretty good. It's a level 12 army there though. That's a lot of finance points, but also a lot of enemies. Alternatively, we can go deal with this massive swarm and take a fort. I guess it's possible. Let's see what happens in this fight. We will be going to do the Spinner of Nightmares thing as well. That's so many swarms. That did not kill as many as I thought it was going to kill. Alright, this is going to be very interesting very soon. I hope they all group up. That'd be kind of nice. They did. Oh well, that's a lovely thing of them to have done. We're going to do this so that we don't hit our own people as much as possible. I'll take it. Another turn. There's still hundreds of swarms left. Ooh, this is going to be a grim fight. Maybe we don't do this one. Means we have to go back and do the other one. Because I didn't save because I was dumb. We'll leave the swarms alone for now. We need a little more firepower to deal with them. We would lose almost all of our army in that fight, and that wouldn't be ideal. We'll quickly do this fight again. It was very quick, so I don't imagine it's going to be all that hard. Only we could kill more Nelchnees faster. Wait. Summon your rocks. They're going to move up. We're not going to bother with them. This actually, you can fight the rocks. I don't care. Just can't go any further. Come and fight the Nelchnees. Not kill nearly as many this time as last time, unfortunately. We're really doing a bad job at killing them. Screech went off, annoying, but not the worst. Barely any damage to us. Let's finish it. Alright, no casualties, I don't think. Maybe like a... No, literally nothing. Okay. So we can't take on the swarms yet. We just don't have the strength. Let's go deal with the Spinner of Nightmares, and then we'll be... Oh, actually, we need to rest. Okay, so since we need to rest anyways, let's quickly check Regam and if there's anything we can do here. Any military or... Yeah, we can do the parade. Might as well. And we have the stage play event, of course. We'll deal with that later. We're gonna rest, because we're fatigued, and I don't fully remember if this ends up in a fight. But it might. We just went in and didn't rest. I am a little sleepy this morning, admittedly. Clearly, judging by the fact that I apparently can't do anything properly. Can we just rest in the doorway? Of course not. Can we leave?
Watch out for trouble.
No, we definitely cannot. You know what? Fatigue's not that bad. We'll be fine.
I welcome your company.
I guess this is where we're going to be at on this one. We need some spells, though. That spell. And that spell. And this spell. Can you get through a door? Hope we can get through the door. He can, good. She is going to go sit on the little throne thingy. You see a short, stout woman with full lips, long reddish hair, and insolent, lying, and completely shameless eyes. Hello, darling. Tired of serving the crusade? Care for some sweet illusions from the spinner of nightmares? I came for Lori. Let her go immediately. The young woman makes eyes at you with feigned innocence and asks sweetly, Really, Sir Crusader? Did you come to save me? You're so heroic. The spinner of nightmares laughs merrily. You are really trying to convince me that you are Lori? Seriously? Like you don't know. You mean you don't? Seriously? The spinner of nightmares starts laughing. She laughs for a long time, obviously enjoying the process. Then she calms down and wipes away the tears from her laughter. That's a joke, right? Hiller probably seemed entirely focused, reasonable, and reserved to you, but in fact he's a complete psycho. Don't blame him for deceiving you. He doesn't realize he's gone mad. 3 years ago I decided I'd had enough of the Pathfinder life. I met like-minded people and joined the Labyrinth of the Mind, a group of Baphomet's cultists whose head Daddy Hiller was out to get. They were charmed by the mutability of the mind and the ease with which it can be tricked, and the wealth of opportunities doing so opened. I left a nice note to Daddy, asked him not to look for me, then I escaped. But Hiller started to chase me. He got it into his head that the spinner of nightmares, an evil sorcerer, stole his favorite daughter. The only thing I stole from him is Mom's locket, which I took as a keepsake. She points at the unassuming locket around her neck. Hiller was always tailing me. He dragged all my beautiful ideas through the mud. He broke carefully implemented plans. A few times we fought face to face, and every time I won. But I didn't want to kill him, so I erased his memory and hoped that he would finally get lost, but he always came back. The last time he snuck up on me so well, he almost chopped my head off with a single blow. I was frightened and started to fight with him with all my strength. I thought I would finally manage to break Daddy. I doubted he could heal from the wounds, so I hoped his hunt was finally over. But now you've appeared on my doorstep. When will it end? Your father remembered you as a good person. When did you turn into such a bloody monster? When my mom died, I became the light of his life, but I never wanted to be the light of anyone's life. I have my own path, and Dad should have made peace with that. Instead, he sends assassins like you after me. Are you sure our meeting... Are you sure you want our meeting to end in a murder? Are you suggesting that we part peacefully? Yes, I'm a smart girl. When someone like you comes for me, I realize it's my benefit to split before things get out of hand. I suggest a deal. You let me go, and I go to the Abyss, never to return to Golarion. However, Daddy Hiller won't leave me alone even there. You need to talk to your father, otherwise you will destroy each other. She frowns, letting the mask of a coy seductress fall from her for a second. Talk to him? Do you think that's possible? I'm afraid he'll try to kill me as soon as he sees me, or maybe start sobbing and hitting his head on the wall, which will be even worse. I can't see him like that, but alright. The spinner of nightmares takes her off her locket and stares at it for a few seconds, then gives it to you. It's a simple gold trinket, allowing you to store a lock of hair or the portrait of a beloved one. This locket used to belong to my mother. Hiller will remember it. I charmed it. When you're near Hiller, just open it and I will appear there. I hope there won't be an ambush waiting for me. And now if you please, I'm getting out of here. This den is not safe anymore. Daddy could send someone else to follow you. Now we have to go back to Dresden and deal with the other half of this.
Keep your calm.
And also there's an athletics check.
My expertise prevailed.
Which leads to a room with a dinosaur bone and some other stuff. Nothing particularly great, though. I mean, the dinosaur bone's nice. A couple other scrolls are fine. Goodbye, all of the cultists. Alright, and we are off. Dresden, here we come. I guess we can do the Citadel thing first, which we might as well. Because we can strengthen our diplomatic connections, and then we'll go deal with Hiller and his problem. And then, at long last, we'll be done that Spinner of Nightmares quest. I am super excited for next week when my new computer should be fully up and running. And I won't have to read things off of a tiny screen anymore. I look terrifying. I would never want to come to a meeting with me. I'm like... Let's assume that Anevia is like an average-ish female height, like 5'6"-ish, right? So she is maybe a third of my height? So we're talking like 17.5 feet? 16.5 feet? Commander, good day to you and all that. I'm Tina from the Next Door Theater. Remember me? So here's the score. We finished rehearsing and are ready to stage the world premiere of our play about your exploits. Grandma sent me to invite you. We're ready to get started, so will you come? Sure, let's do it right now. We'll do the other thing later. It's a very long black screen. Grandma Gretlin's smile shines with pride and happiness. Her new ladle shines equally bright, and she holds it like a scepter. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come that every participant in the crusade has awaited with bated breath. The day when we, the Next Door Theater, finally present you with our newest production. Theater, theater! Ember laughs melodiously and claps her hands. Greyboar casts a long, thoughtful look at Ember. The elf's joy is reflected on the dwarf's stern face by a slight smile. The massive prop catapult behind Grandma creaks loudly and somewhat ominously in time with her words. At least you hope it's a prop. Today we return to the recent past, to one of the first victories won by the commander. Our show is dedicated to these grandiose, incredible and mind-blowing, exciting, large-scale, grand and legendary events many of you probably witnessed firsthand. As a director and playwright, I feel humbled and honored to, captivated by your own speech. Grandma brandishes her ladle with wild enthusiasm and accidentally touches, but only lightly, one of the catapult's levers. You hear a theatrically loud whisper from the ranks of the actors. Does anyone remember what we used to load that catapult? I have a better question. What did the projectile hit? I see something that resembles a plume of smoke in the place similar to the one where we left our crates. The crates our props are in. I put my cherry pie in the catapult bucket to have a secret snack during the performance, and now it flew away. The last sentence is followed by a loud sob. Stop panicking. The show must go on even if we're left without our costumes and props. If something does not go according to plan, improvise. Having whispered these instructions quite loudly to our crew, Grandma Gretlin gives a beaming smile to the audience. Nothing more than a few fireworks to celebrate our premiere, and now we shall begin. Hooray! Or I'm gonna hurrah for the premiere. In the 4,715th, in the year 4,715th, in the area near Dresden, a figure appears in front of the army awaiting his orders. It's their leader, Knight Commander Eltimar. My heart burns, Lambkin pauses, moving his lips quietly. Before inspiring his army with a stirring speech, the commander paused, preparing to say the most important words. Marmalade. My heart burns with marmalade. My heart burns with marmalade. We will never give up. Onwards, my warriors. The Cyclops delivers his speech enthusiastically, growling the word marmalade, almost like a battle cry. The commander's speech was certainly inspiring, but he understood it wasn't enough. In the face of the upcoming dangers, he needed to describe the goal to the army and give real hope to the soldiers. And so the commander exclaimed. Grandma throws the encouraging glance at Lambkin, and Lambkin throws a pleading glance at you. Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were rear-ended wrongly in a rural brewery. Oh my god, I'm gonna try that again. Rory the warrior and Roger the warrior were reared wrongly in a rural brewery. Oh my god, that's a hard thing. Lambkin stares at you with obvious respect. Don't, because I fudged that up twice. Smart words, I exclaimed. Then with his army properly inspired, the commander explained the details of his grand strategic plan. As we all know, the commander planned to outsmart the demons by infiltrating their ranks. For this, the commander prepared a very realistic and elaborate costume of a seductive succubus. Grandma cast a sad look in the direction where presumably a cart with the theater props is still in flames. And that's exactly what happened. The commander donned his costume of a provocatively succutive demoness to deceive the army. Unfortunately, as the show is intended for family viewing, we cannot show this. We must leave it to your imagination. And now that all of you witnessed the most spectacular, dramatic, and impressive culmination of our play, let's return to reality for a moment and welcome the person whom we are all gathered here to celebrate, the commander. After all, this is one of his earliest adventures. So what do you think, Commander? Do you like our show? I had so much fun. Of course, sure, a mysterious smile appears on Grandma Gretlin's face. Believe it or not, Commander, but every true comedian knows that their calling is to provoke laughter and smiles, not necessarily on stage, and it need not be successful, professional, and perfectly organized performance. Sometimes our art exceeds the limitations of the stage. And now, unfortunately, the time has come to say goodbye. We were with you almost from the first day, but now the show is over and the next door theater troupe has other places to be and other plays to perform. Oh, it's kind of sad that they're gone now. But we did it. Let's go to the inn. We gotta deal with Hillar. Actually pretty close by, which is nice. Inn. We're going into the inn.
There are many roads to success.
To the second floor, where Hillar will be waiting. Oh, there he is. I feel your movement speed should increase with your huge size difference. It's good to see you. What can I do for you? Would you like to renew your forces with excellent fighters? You and your daughter need to have a serious conversation. The Spinner of Nightmares appears beside you. She looks at her father anxiously. Dad, I want this feud to be over. You found Lori. By the gods, you brought her back to me, but... Hillar leans forward to embrace his daughter, but then stops as if he hit a wall. No, you are not Lori. You're the Spinner of Nightmares. Hillar clutches his head with his hands as if trying to hold back his dawning truth. You're both my daughter, murderer, demon worshipper, traitor, all of you. He looks at his daughter stunned. The walls he directed come crumbling down. Anger gradually replaces confusion in Hillar's eyes. His voice roars, Lori, how? How could you? What have you become? I saw what you did. I followed your trail and saw all those bodies, all those madmen, the abomination you created. Why? If your mother... Lori puts an end to Hillar's rage with a sharp slap to the face. She squints and hisses viciously, Don't you dare drag Mom into this. She wanted me to be happy, but you turned her into an idol and wanted me to sacrifice my life to her. Stop, you're a family. Talk, don't fight. Lori marks her words and takes a step back, trying to apologize, but her father, in a desperate rage, attacks her like a hawk. Enraged, Hillar grabs his daughter by her clothes and roars in her face, If only she'd seen what you turned into, what you did with your life, she would die again. Lori lets out a horrible scream, like a tigress seeing her cub killed. Her thin fingers clench the handle of a dagger, and with one confident movement, she buries the blade in Hillar's chest. Hillar seems baffled by the dagger sticking out of his chest. Still clenching Lori's clothes, he suddenly stiffens his grip and heaves mightily. The Spinner of Nightmare's head flops backwards with a wretched crack. The back of her head nearly brushes her shoulder blades. Blood spurts generously from her lips, and life rapidly seeps from her glassy eyes. Hillar's fingers relax, and the woman drops to the floor like a bag of rags. The Pathfinder slowly places both hands on the handle of the dagger and starts to pull. After a monstrous, endless moment, full of grinding teeth and dark red blood, he draws the blade from his flesh. Blood gushes from the unplugged wound. Hillar drops heavy to his knees, looking at his daughter's corpse with terror. Lori, my girl. Hillar's heavy, muscular body drops to the floor with a thud. The little monocle falls from his pocket and rolls to the floor with a loud, ominous tinkling. I mean, this is not the way I would have liked it to happen. We now have the Eye of Truth. ×2. Bunch of equipment. A lean old man with his back as stiff as a pikestaff casts a piercing look at you. His gray hair and luxurious sideburn grants him an imposing and significant demeanor. Greetings, I'm Count Christoph Rolano. I have the honor of serving as venture captain of the Pathfinder Society, heading the branch of the Society in Elutionira and its adjacent territories. If you need services, Pathfinders, I can be of assistance. Count Rolano, having carefully examined you with his piercing eye, says Venture Captain Hillor is dead, but the Pathfinder Society is still interested in this region. I've been authorized to replace Hillor and represent the Society. How'd you get here? Our branch in the Abyss has run out of funds, but among the slaves we have redeemed from demons, there's a sufficient number of experienced fighters who are ready to thank the Pathfinder Society with loyal service for their rescue. However, we don't need their services. As the Venture Captain is dead, the Society ordered me to move here, to offer the Crusaders the grateful help of those we've rescued. I hope we might enrich our treasury enough that we can return to the Abyss and continue my work. Gotta go. So that was not the best ending, but it's fine. It worked out in the end. Kinda. Sorta. Not really. But for now, I think we're gonna call it here. This is as good a place as any. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, in the next video, we'll do a Ruchelet's quest, since we're here. It's literally just in the tavern a couple feet away. And then we'll head back out again, maybe start the Ineluctable Prison with this group, like the other group is already in there, or we'll do something else. Eventually, the groups will converge at relatively the same point of the game, and then we can move into Threshold and Eyes. It'll be a good time. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, see you next time. Take care.